Often we take time out from the long grind of a busy baseball season to honor those that mean the most to us. Today, we honor all the moms in our lives. On this Mother's Day, we show our support for breast cancer awareness at the ballpark. It's a beautiful Mother's Day, Kids Day here at PNC Park. Kids getting their mini bats today, and moms getting their Mother's Day presents, the earrings, as we get set for the rubber game of the three-game series between the Houston Astros and the Pirates. Hi again, everybody. Along with Bob Walk, I'm Tim Neverett here on Federal Street as the kids are enjoying a great time with the moms on Mother's Day. And certainly, Bob, one mother who was happy last night was Andrew McCutcheon's mother.
Oh, Andrew, again, had a fantastic game for us. And he had a little bit of a funk there for a while, but he's come out of it now, and he's playing like we know he can. And he's really kind of the engine that drives this team forward. So important always to our offense, not only his hitting, but also his base running, get that speed on there. And even more so now that he's up there at the top of that lineup.
Andrew McCutcheon hopes to pace the Pirates again today as they look to take the series from the Houston Astros. The Bats hope to stay hot, regardless of whether or not they're pink, on a Mother's Day Sunday here at PNC Park. It's the Pirates and the Astros coming up on Root Sports.
Is sponsored by Barrel Automotive. Barrel.com. Definitely worth the click. Let's go, Bucks!
Welcome back to PNC Park. Pretty nice afternoon in the Berg and great day for the moms, no question about it. Happy Mother's Day. Astros and Pirates game 3 of a 3-game set. James McDonald delivers the first pitch to Michael Bourne high and away, and we are underway. Bourne, one of several players who will use a pink bat today. Takes a strike, 1-1. See the pink wristbands as well.
You'll be seeing a lot of pink.
1-1 pitch. Missed inside. 2 balls and a strike. Numbers on McDonald.
It should be a little bit better than that, you would think, but he had a slow start. The last couple of starts, he's really looked back to where he was last year. So it won't be long before that ERA gets down low 4s, high 3s. It's the area that I'm sure he'll be at when the season's over.
Gets a strike there, and Bourne is a guy you want to keep off the bases, especially with nobody in front of him. Leads the National League in steals with 13. And the 3-2 up in the air to center. And McCutcheon opens up his back pocket. He's got it, 1 down. Take a look at the lineup for Brad Mills' Houston Astros. Just saw Bourne hit. Barmes moves into the 2 spot today. Pence, Lee, Wallace, Chris Johnson gets a start at third. Bill Hall back in there after starting game 1 of the series. Didn't play last night, except as a pinch hitter. Quintero back behind the plate, 2nd day in a row. And the pitcher, Jay Happ. Now with 1 out, Clint Barmes batting, shortstop. Takes high for a ball.
Moved up in the lineup. Bourgeois out.
Ryan Doman needs to look for a new ball and a mask.
The 2nd hitter of the game. He's already got a hard one in the mask. AGH cam will give you a real good look at what that must feel like.
Can't feel good. 1-1 pitch to Barmes. Puts this one high in the air, but it'll head out toward the seats. Nice catch. He came prepared.
It's tough to make a nice play unless you're prepared to do it.
He took a step back, judged it, did all the things you're supposed to do. Fundamentally a great catch. 2-2 now to Barmes. He's in perfect position.
Oh yeah, look at that. Right, watched it right into the glove.
See that bird that flew by didn't even distract him.
Excellent. The AGH cams everywhere.
2-2 to Barmes. He struck him out. Down on strikes goes Clint Barmes, and with 2 outs, that'll bring up Hunter Pence.
Swings and misses. We're seeing those again. Range Resources strike zone shows that pitch 94 on the corner. Not too bad.
A good start for James Zell McDonald out of Long Beach, California. 26 years of age. And Pence, who has had a propensity to hit well against the Pirates, has an 11-game hitting streak going. 3 out of 8 in the series. And hitting just a tick under 300 right now.
Change up from McDonald. We talk a lot about that good curveball. His that changeup might even be better. Excellent pitch for him.
1-1 taken a little bit low. 2-1. Last year Pence had a great year against the Pirates, going 25 out of 53. He hit .472. It was the highest average in the majors against the Pirates. And a ground ball up the middle. 2-out single for Pence. And now he's hit in 12 straight games.
Swinging a hot bat. Right back through the middle. You saw it smack that front slope pretty hard. Kicked up a lot of dirt. As a pitcher, you're glad that wasn't a foot over. Kick up your kneecap.
Barrel Automotive League leaders stat. Pence now with the longest current streak in the National League. Barrel Automotive definitely worth the click, and Carlos Lee flicks one out to left field where Jose Tabata waits to bring it in. No runs a hit, 1 left. McDonald gets out of the top of the first. Pirates coming to bat when we return. On Mother's Day here at the ballpark. No score. We go to the bottom of the first inning. Pirates lineup brought to you by Toyota. McCutchen leading off, and top it up. Matt Diaz in right field hitting third today. Neil Walker in the cleanup spot again. Steve Pearce gets a start at first. Dolan behind the plate. Wood back out there at third base again today. Cedeno and then McDonald batting ninth. Facing the left-hander, J. Happ.
There's Happ's numbers on the year. He too, that high ERA. Has had a lot of success early on in his career, but slow start this year. Came on real fast as a Philadelphia Philly rookie. Good solid first year.
McCutchen takes high 2-0.
It was the Oswalt trade, wasn't it?
Yeah, he was part of the return of the Roy Oswalt trade. And spent a little bit of time on the disabled list in his career and banged up toward the end of spring training this year. Actually, on the 29th of March, he had to leave his start after 3 innings. He had a strained right oblique. And he has been hit hard on the road.
A lot of oblique problems. As well with the oblique last night. Had to leave the game early.
McCutchen bangs a single to center.
Back start things off the right way.
And with McCutchen aboard.
McCutchen dropped the head right to that ball.
Guy can play.
He's not too bad, is he?
Well, had a leadoff single last night. Also a 2-run double. And now he's at first base for Jose Tabata.
Not really surprising, that graphic that we had there at the beginning of the show. The Pirates seem to go the way McCutchen goes.
And Tabata drills one to center. Back on it is Bourne. He'll make the grab, and McCutchen will retreat to first.
McCutchen has a good night. The Buccos as a whole usually have a good night.
Right fielder Matt Diaz had 3 at-bats Friday night and went hitless, and had a pair of hits while starting in right field Wednesday against the Padres in San Diego. Tuesday night had an RBI double as a pinch hitter. So he's had 3 hits over his last 9 at-bats. Takes a strike. Diaz, a career .328 hitter against left-handers. One thing he does well too is hits the ball to the opposite field well. Here comes the 0-1 from J. Happ. 1-1. He's down to 327. 271 against righties. Driven in over 100 runs against left-handers over the course of his career. And he goes to right field and a base hit. So Diaz now with 4 hits in his last 10 at-bats.
Like he drew it up. And that's what we want to see a lot more out of, obviously, out of Diaz. Good work against that left-handed pitching. He's done that his whole career, and well, he slashed that one hard the other way. Too hard. McCutchen could only go to second.
Clint Hurdle likes what Matt Diaz can bring when he's coming off the bench on certain nights, and getting him a start against the left-hander here. The way that platoon has worked, Garrett Jones has had the majority of at-bats in right field because of the fact the Pirates have faced so many right-handers. This is only the 8th left-handed starter the Pirates have faced in 34 games. 2 on and 1 out for Neil Walker. And he will take strike 1. Neil, pink bat today.
He's up there where we want him in RBI situations. Get us a run here early. Pirates love the first inning.
It's in the dirt. And Walker, who had a home run, right-handed, in game 1 of this series on Friday night off Wandy Rodriguez. It's his only right-handed home run, and it's the 3rd home run the Pirates have hit off left-handed pitching this year. That's up and in. 2 balls and 1 strike to Neal. Must be the shoes.
Come on, Neal, get us a lead here. The Buccos have pretty much owned the first inning. It's been their time to score this season.
3-1, so Walker way in front.
Hey, look at that, the Mother's Day bases. Moms will be running the bases after the game. Normally it's just the kids, but today moms get to run also.
Hope they brought their running shoes.
Nice catch.
And now the count goes full to Neal Walker. Let's check in with Lacey Collins.
Hey guys, I was talking to Neal Walker. You know, those pink shoes he's sporting, the Under Armour shoes, arrived a few days before today. And he was telling me that they're his Barbie shoes, but he's really excited to wear them. His mom is in the stands, and he is not the only one. There's 170 ball players today that will be wearing them, including another Pittsburgh Pirate. That would be closer Joel Hanrahan. I can't wait to see that one in the night.
Joel in the hot pink shoes. There's Neal's Barbie shoes.
Yeah, I guess Neal's going to be trying to raise some money with those. Is that? Yeah, I think I heard that earlier. And I see Joel standing down the dugout right now, and those shoes really, pop out at you.
3-2 foul back. Yeah, I saw them in Neal's locker the other day, a couple days ago. And said, "Oh, Mother's Day's got to be here."
There's Joel. He usually doesn't go out to the bullpen till, I think he was telling me, about the 4th inning or so. He'll pop out there.
2 on and 1 out. Happ's pitch. And Walker takes ball 4, and the bases are full of Buccos.
That's not unusual, by the way. That's one of the perks of being a closer. You get to go out late. Range Resources strike zone says that was close to being a strike. Right on the edge, and we might have got one there.
Andrew McCutchen is at third base. He had a leadoff single. Follow-up single for Matt Diaz. He's at second. And at first base now, Neal Walker. Steve Pearce trying to get the game's first run across. Pearce starting at first base today in a pitch. He will take a strike. Now, an interesting thing about having Pearce in the lineup, with Alvarez not available other than perhaps as a pinch hitter today, Pearce is the only other option for a left side infielder should there be some personnel moves that would require him to move around. He would end up having to stay in the game all 9 innings today. And Pearce with a 1-ball, 1-strike count. Bases loaded, bottom of the 1st. And Jay Happ ready to go. The pitch. And Pearce up in the air, deep to right center. This one going back, carrying well. Pence has it at the wall. And scoring will be Andrew McCutchen, and the Pirates lead 1-0.
Fine job by Pearce, going the other way, not looking to pull the ball, didn't want to put it on the ground, hit into a possible double play. Thinking right center, and they lifted it out there with some authority. I really didn't think that Pence was going to have a good play on it. The way he was going after the ball, I don't think Pence thought he was going to catch it.
Well, that marks the 11th time in the past 12 games the Pirates have scored the first run.
First inning is theirs.
26 first inning runs now, tops in the National League, second in the majors behind the New York Yankees, who have scored 29 runs in the first inning. Ryan Domit hit a grand slam on Wednesday in San Diego, his 3rd of his career. And there is a strike to him, 1-ball and 1 strike. With Diaz at second base, Walker at first. 2 on and 2 out. One is up in the air. Right center field. Pence calling for it. Pirates get 1 on the sacrifice fly by Steve Pearce. Andrew McCutchen comes in to score the game's first run. After an inning, Pirates 1, Houston 0. Sacrifice fly by Steve Pierce, the difference, scoring Andrew McCutcheon as we go to the top half of the second inning with Bob Walk and Lacey Collins. I'm Tim Neverett on a fine Mother's Day afternoon. Let's check in with Lacey while we have a moment.
Well, I don't know if you guys saw the first pitch, but it was from Kat Brennan of Penn Hills. She's a breast cancer survivor and was chosen based on a paragraph that was written by her Zoom bets. Tell me about this opportunity you had, just this whole morning you've had with the pink and the bats and the meeting all the guys.
Well, it's been a wonderful experience for me to be on this field and to see all the pink of the Pirates and underneath, and to get out on that field and to do that first pitch. It's a once-in-a-lifetime thing. And to raise breast cancer awareness, that's near and dear to my heart, not just from me, but from my mom, Susanna Howard, who died 3 months before I was diagnosed. So this has been an absolutely incredible day.
Well, and Jeff Carsons was catching for her earlier before the first pitch. He was actually on the dugout, and I think you were showing him some Zumba moves. This is a side of Carsons we haven't seen.
I did show him some Zumba moves. I told him he could do it. And next time you go out on that mound, I want some Zumba music, like putting you out on there and moving you around. And he asked for suggestions, so I gave him some suggestions.
Well, first Jeff Carsons, then it's you, Tim, and Bob in the Zumba. I can't wait to see that either.
I'll leave that to Bob.
I Zumba all the time.
Wood Zumba's over to his left and makes the play, and there's one down. Is there any video of that, Bob, by the way? I would love to see the video of you doing that.
Oh, I'll have to bring some in.
Yeah, don't take your time. You know, we're here again tomorrow. Yeah. So.
Okay. I think I'm on radio tomorrow. Darn.
So am I. We'll watch it together over there. Here's Chris Johnson. Johnson playing third base today for the Astros. One down. Pretty nice play by Wood, going hard to his left in the hole.
Don't be giving Lori any ideas anyway.
I don't need to give her ideas.
No,
She's got enough.
She'll help me out there.
1 ball and no strikes to Johnson. Johnson hasn't started in this series yet. He's a 192 hitter. That one outside.
Happy Mother's Day, by the way, Lori, if you're listening. Did I say that?
I heard you got a nice pair of earrings.
Oh, yeah. I picked them up this afternoon, as a matter of fact. Just before game time.
2-0 pitch. This one's fouled away. 2-1.
Also, happy Mother's Day to Dominique, my daughter-in-law, giving us a couple of beautiful granddaughters.
But if you need a pair of earrings for her, I know where we can get some. Two 1 pitch. Fouled back. 2-2.
I think those earrings very popular this afternoon. All the moms today got pirate earrings. I'm sure some of them have them in. We'll have to see if we can find some. Looked like the Pirates took a little silver out of the treasure chest. Had to go dig it up on some island somewhere and make some earrings.
Is that how they do it?
Yep. We'll follow the map, look for the X. Haven't you watched any pirate movies?
Strike 3 called as McDonald gets his second strikeout. X marked the spot right in Dolman's glove.
They dropped the Captain Hook on him. Well, I'm really into the pirate theme today.
You are. Let's get that spiked curveball.
There's a good rotation on it. Pow, right there.
You're going to have some big hands to throw that spiked curve well, don't you? Get that grip on the ball with that first finger knuckled under. 2 outs. Here's Bill Hall. Takes ball 1.
So Drabek used to throw his curveball. Used to throw that. I think Don Sutton threw his like that. A lot of guys will throw different variations. They try to get that index finger off the baseball best they can, because they don't want any drag as that ball comes out of their hand. They don't want it to drag on that index finger, because that'll take away some of that rotation. Of course, the rotation is what gives you that good hard break. So if you can get the knack of it, you bend that index finger way up like that, and then you don't have any drag, and it just comes off your middle finger. Range Resources will show us how far that one broke down. 15 inches.
That's falling off the table.
Yes, it is.
2-2 now as he gets that one past Hall.
Pretty good heater right there. You slow down the swing with that good curveball and that changeup he has, and then you can throw the fastball right by him when you pretty much put it in the middle of the strike zone. A lot of solid information we get out of our Range Resources strike zone. It's not just location. It's the speed, the break. I didn't know this, but last night we even had the RPM on the rotation. You could tell how fast the ball was spinning. Now that, I had no idea they could do that. There we go. Yeah, see?
Found the Pirates earrings. There you go.
Silver Pete.
Very nice.
Very pretty.
Here comes the 2-2 to Bill Hall. Up in the air, down the right field line, giving it a run is Diaz, and Diaz will run out of room.
It's always a tricky railing. You see how short that is? It's about mid-thigh. You hit that going very hard, you're in the seats.
No chance at that one. Count remains 2-2 to Bill Hall.
Years ago, when we moved here from Three Rivers, I was talking to Kevin Young, who was the first baseman at the time. And that was one of the first things he pointed out about playing first base here, was that railing is so short over there. And he was a little concerned about hitting it very hard. You'll be on your head.
Yeah, it's pretty unforgiving.
Just it comes up just a little bit above your knee, about thigh high, and if you're looking up at the sky trying to catch a ball and you run into that with any velocity, if it's like belt high, it'll hold you back a little bit, but it's low enough to where you will flip it over into the seats.
Payoff pitch now to Bill Hall from James McDonald. Popped him up again. Pierce trying to play it.
Got a shot at it.
And just out of his reach. And he's in the seats.
In the seats. Excellent effort.
Yeah, that's catch and release over there. You can't keep him. You got to give him back.
And if the signage wasn't there, I think he would have been able to reach in there and get that, because that held him out just about 6 inches, and the AGH cam will show us that he missed that by about 6 inches. See the signage? I mean, it might even be a foot wide there.
How about the guy with the catcher's mitt making the grab?
You bring what you got. Yeah. Catcher's mitt, that's fine. Help you out.
Now, he didn't take it away from Pierce. It was just a ball that Steve couldn't get to. Yeah. Fans need to know if your home player is over there, let him catch it.
If he could have actually got to the railing, if that sign wouldn't have been there, I think he catches that ball.
3-2 pitch again. This time it's in play to deep right, going back Diaz. And Matt's got a nice run right on the warning track. 3 up and 3 down on the top of the second. James McDonald gets the Pirates to the plate, leading it 1-0. night, Pirate third baseman Brandon Wood came up big, knocking one down the left field line. Got a couple of runs in. Big insurance late in the ball game provided by Brandon Wood. He's up there to start the bottom of the second inning. Pirates with a 1-0 lead. Jay Happ set to deliver. And we get strike one in there. Our PNC achievement today. As we look at Brandon Wood, what he's done since joining the Pirates. 9 games, hitting .292, 3 doubles. On base percentage of .370.
A lot of good stuff. The thing I like the best there is that 2-out work. I mean, those are so impressive. The big 2-out RBIs, especially when they come off doubles.
That's our PNC achievement, brought to you by PNC for the achiever in you. I've seen a couple of those doubles out of him recently. Reached base safely 8 of his first 9 games with the Pirates. 1-2 pitch. And he struck him out. So Wood goes down to start the second. First strikeout for Happ today.
Is this one going to be in the strike zone? No, he chased upstairs. Range resources shows us a location up out of the zone.
Ronnie Cedeno at the plate.
Well, that range resources strike zone too is very accurate. It's not just a box they throw up in the corner there. That is a highly calibrated strike zone that shows you exactly where that ball is when it goes over the plate.
1-1 to Cedeno. Ronnie went 1 out of 4 last night. Singled in his first at bat in the second inning and scored. Flied out a couple of times to right and grounded out. 2 balls, 1 strike to Ronnie. Jay Happ delivers 2-1. And Cedeno hits this one pretty well to left field. Carlos Lee back on it. 2 down. El Caballo, Carlos Lee.
He'd probably be glad to get out of this ballpark today. I can't believe that he's real comfortable in this left field.
It's an enormous left field compared to what he plays in Houston. The left field in Houston is very, very shallow for him. There's a wall behind him. I want to say off the top of my head, I think it's 315 to the base of the wall there.
Yeah, it's not very deep, and it goes quite a ways out toward left center. I mean, from the foul line, that scoreboard probably carries out there 100 feet.
Makes a nice catch and takes a hit away from James McDonald. That would have been the second hit for McDonald this season as he went the opposite way, but playing shallow against the left-handed hitter. Carlos Lee able to steal a hit here. El Caballo got on his horse when he needed to. See on a Mother's Day Sunday afternoon. Today is Sunday, which means it's Sabermetric Sunday. Teaching you some different things about the game and how to measure them. Today, it's fielding independent pitching. It measures a player's pitching performance based on outcomes that only he controls, like home runs, walks, and strikeouts. You can compare the ERAs to the FIPS in 2010 and so far in 2011 for the Pirates starting five.
You know, what they really use this for, I think more than anything else, ball is lifted lazily to right field. Should be an easy first out. You look at it a lot toward the end of seasons to try and predict going on the following year what type of ERA you can look from somebody. For instance, let's take Paul Maholm. Last year, the FIP number is 4.28, where the ERA was well up over 5. So that tells you that this year you can expect his ERA to be more into those low 4s, because you're taking out all the variables as far as how the defense played behind him, basically, because all you're using are home runs, walks, and strikeouts, and that is what the pitcher controls with nobody else interfering with it. You don't have to worry about does somebody make a diving catch, where there's some lucky flare hits. None of that matters in that the FIP stat. Basically, they've taken what used to be, when I was playing, a lot of people talked about the strikeout to walk ratio, and that's a lot about what this is, and they've added in the home run component to it also.
James McDonald strikes out his counterpart Jay Happ. 2 down, back to the top of the order for Houston.
But look at Kevin Correa, a 4.72 and a 5.40 ERA. You look at that this winter when they were thinking about acquiring him, and you could tell that 5.40 ERA was kind of misleading when you look at his FIP number. And sure enough, Correa off to a tremendous start this year.
Strike to Bourne, and it's better, I think, when measured over a larger sample size, as a full season.
Yeah,
perhaps,
the full season is what they look at,
than just a few starts. Strike 2 to Bourne as McDonald stood him up with a curveball. 2 down, nobody on, and McDonald's 0-2 pitch, and Bourne strikes out, foul tipped into the glove of Domet. He hangs on. 4 strikeouts so far for James McDonald. With MLB.com at bat 11 for your iPhone, iPad, Android, or BlackBerry. Get live audio, pitch-by-pitch tracking, video highlights, and more. Text at bat to 31826 or visit Pirates.com 4 to tails. Andrew McCutchen starts the bottom half of the 3rd inning. Pirates a 1-0 lead. Kutch started it all off in the bottom of the 1st with a base hit. Came around to score on Steve Pearce's sacrifice fly to right field. Left-hander Jay Happ delivers the 0-1. 1 ball and 1 strike.
Yeah, we haven't seen McCutchen drop down a lot of bunts in his young career, but it's important, even if he doesn't, to square around like he did there. To just occasionally give that look. Make sure those corner infielders respect the fact that he might bunt. Get him in close. And that way, now with 2 strikes, now they're going to move away. But keep him in close on the edge of the grass. Cut down on their range. That's an advantage he has because of his speed. And even if he doesn't actually drop the bunts down, keep the thought in their mind that he could at any time. Get those guys as close as they can so they don't have time to react to the ground balls.
2-2's inside. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Yeah, that's the thing about his game. Because he's got that speed weapon, there are a lot of things, subtle things, like you mentioned, showing bunt, that can help him out in the hitting game. Now the 3-2. Fouls it off. Anytime you can get a third baseman to play in close to you, it's going to help your chances of getting a hit to the left side, because he can't react as quickly to a ball hitting the hole.
Eventually, if you never bunt or never show it, they're going to go through their scouting report and say, you can back off a step or 2.
Ground ball down to third base, and Johnson fires to first and gets McCutchen.
Yeah, even though he has the great speed, he never bunts. So you would lose that advantage.
It's sort of like the guys that never bunt when the infield shift is put on them, leaving the whole left side of the infield open, and there are guys who just won't bunt. If you bunt, they have to be honest, then they're going to have to take that shift off.
Even if you show, act like you might, the third baseman who is playing deep shortstop now has to come in and play shallow shortstop, because you might try and push one that way. So, I mean, if you can bring him in a little bit, why not do it? Don't let him sit back there and play on the grass. And in my mind, in the situation you just brought up, I'd even actually lay one down occasionally. If you're down by a couple of runs late in the game and they're giving you a free base, go ahead, put the ball down on the grass and take it. Try to get something started, because at that point of the game, you're looking for a big inning, not a solo home run.
2 ball, no strike pitch. Tabata watches it high, 3-0.
And Garrett Jones a couple of times has done that.
Yes. That's the example I was thinking of. Yeah. But you go the other way. When Milwaukee plays the Pirates overshift on Prince Fielder, and Fielder has not laid one down. Ball 4, 4-pitch walk, and Jose's aboard with 1 out. And he's not the only guy that does that. There are other players, not just mentioning Prince as singling him out, but there are other players who won't do it.
There's more shifts nowadays on defense than ever before. I think you can go back 30 years ago, and there might be 1 or 2 guys in the league they'd shift on, and it seems now that you might have a couple of guys in every lineup that a team will throw their shortstop over on the second base side.
Matt Diaz takes inside.
And somewhere what we saw, I think it was Milwaukee, we actually saw somebody put a right-handed shift on, which is, for me, extremely rare.
New this year.
You got the second baseman over on the shortstop side. Very seldom ever see that. Yeah.
Milwaukee came in. 1-1 to Matt. Yeah, that's an interesting take on shifting, because you just don't see it. I think Milwaukee is the only team that I've ever seen do it.
They really put your first baseman on an island over there.
Root Sports had the sponsorship of the shirt on Free Shirt Friday here at the ballpark. That was the shirt.
Yeah, good looking shirt too. I'm hoping I can find a couple of those.
I saw a big pile of them in the radio booth last night with Steve Blass. He may have taken all of them. Sometimes he'll have a forklift, meet him at his car. Bring out all the goodies.
He throws a lot of that stuff to the crowd too. We'll see him do that later this afternoon, 7th inning stretch. Be throwing out all kinds of goodies. But I will bet you that none of those shirts go flying. He really liked those shirts. I think he must have went out of here with a half dozen.
Here comes the 2-1 pitch, and Tabata's caught. He was leaning, and Happ threw over there, and now Tabata gone. 1-3-6 on the caught stealing.
Oh yeah, he was anticipating. Out there a little too soon. You know, if a guy has a good move over there that you can't really read, you want to steal. That's what you have to do. You have to guess. You have to think to yourself, okay, you know, he's going home now, and you got to take off. And if you guess right, catcher has no shot at you.
That's a foul ball.
Sometimes you guess wrong, and you're an easy pickoff victim. Just a little foul.
Well, the second time Jose Tabata's been caught stealing this year. So Lance Barrett calling the balls and strikes. Tim Cheetah, the crew chief, at first base. Jeff Nelson at second. And Marty Foster over at third. Diaz going the other way again. This time Pence will get in front of it and make the catch. Heading to the 4th inning at PNC Park. Pirates 1, Astros nothing.
On Root Sports is sponsored by Toyota. Buy right the first time and save more. Visit your local Toyota dealer for details. And by AT&T. Let's go Bucks!
Time for today's trivia question. Brought to you by AT&T Mobility. Get to that question right about now. Who holds the Astros record for most RBIs in a single game? The Astros record for most RBIs in a single game. He's here in Pittsburgh today.
Yeah, you know, somebody told me earlier in the series. I can't remember now.
And Barma's behind 0-2. Well, I'll give you one hint, and that's it. Think of another major city in the state of Texas. And a very popular TV show years ago. There was a question about who shot him. See if we can figure it out. Did Barmas go? No. Cheetah says he did not.
I wish I could remember what they told me. I forgot.
This one will make the seats.
You like chocolate chip cookies?
Yes, I do.
Toll House?
Certain, yeah, Toll House.
Yeah.
Is there a book for whom the bell tolls? I thought we were only giving one hit. I thought.
Hint? What are you talking about?
1-2 to Barmas, and he goes down looking. Barmas strikes out for the second time.
Oh, nice play. Got it? You got it? Yeah? Yes.
Now he's got the middle infielder's glove.
Could use a bigger glove next time, maybe.
If you can't get your pinky in the glove, it's probably too small.
Oh, nice play.
Can't get his thumb in there either. One out for Hunter Pence. And Pence chops it to third. Wood with a nice backhanded play. Good stretch by Pierce to finish it off.
Both ends look sweet. This is why you have to have that FIP stat. Guys make plays like this. Although with all the strikeouts that McDonald is getting, I'm sure his FIP number is pretty good today.
He's got 5 strikeouts to this point of the game. 2 down, facing Carlos Lee. In each of the first 4 innings, James McDonald has been able to retire the first 2 men. It's kind of nice when you're pitching with 2 outs and nobody on every inning. 2-0 pitch to Lee. Popped him up. Who wants it? Steve Pierce. And a 1-2-3 inning.
3 outs, nobody on.
Third consecutive inning for James McDonald. Buccos a 1-0 lead over Houston here at PNC Park. Smile now. And that's one they'll remember. Moms and kids having a great time at the ballpark today.
How about the weather? Beautiful.
It's turned out to be a gorgeous Chamber of Commerce type afternoon.
Yeah, I think maybe summer finally got here. Definitely had our share of April showers.
Walker takes a strike. It's on the look ahead weather forecast for the next couple of days. Temperatures in the high 70s expected, and by midweek it might even touch 80. 1-1.
Let's hope they're right.
Ball and 2 strikes to Neil Walker. Walker walked in his first plate appearance. Stranded. Pirates loaded the bases in the first inning. Got their 1 run there, and Pierce had an RBI sacrifice fly.
What did Lacey say he called these shoes?
His Barbie
Barbie
shoes.
shoes. That's
Yeah.
right.
I wonder if it comes with a playhouse.
They do look like Barbie shoes. It's a good call on his part.
This is his playhouse right here.
Yeah. You're right. It comes with a playhouse. Look at that picture. Wow.
Payoff pitch from Happ. And Walker drills it to center for a base hit. Walker aboard with nobody out. If you've got a question for us, now's the time to ask it. Grab your cell phone and text the keyword booth, followed by your question and name to 412-412, and we may answer it on the air a little later in the game. And right there on the left is the King Gypsy himself. That is our regular Pirates TV producer, Pete Toman.
He's just a prince in this picture.
Yeah, he's here with his mom today.
Yes.
He's got his Pirate shirt, 1887 on the sleeve. How about that? You'd never know.
Some peanuts going. Oh,
yeah.
He's cracking the peanuts for his mom. How sweet. Now that's Mother's Day for you right there.
Hot shot down to third. Johnson knocks it down. Tries for Pierce. He's safe. Steve Pierce has had an impact in this game so far.
Yes, he has. The ball was hit very hard and too hot to handle. The throw sailed. Wallace up off the bag. AGH cam shows his toe is off the bag. What a great call that was. That was so close.
Veteran umpire and crew chief Tim Cheetah with the safe call. Ryan Domet batting with 2 on and nobody out.
Every now and then the AGH cam and the range resources strike zone will show the umpire maybe wasn't totally correct, but overall the umpires have to love both of those because it shows that 95-96% of the time they are dead on right, which is and they're humans and they're getting it right that often. That's a great call at first base to be able to see that toe come up and just be an inch or so off the bag.
And think of the call that Marty Foster made last night when Snyder scored on the wild pitch.
Oh yeah,
that was a tough call to make.
The glove was up off the ground a little bit. If the glove would have been down on the ground, he would have slid right into it. But the glove was a little bit in the air, and Snyder's foot right underneath it.
The throw was there in time, but an Ariel Del Rosario, the relief pitcher, just missed the tag. But Marty Foster made a great call on a bang play. 3-0 pitch is high, ball 4, and for the second time in the game, the bases are full of bucks.
Break this baby open now.
Down to third goes Walker.
Pink shoes got it going.
Yeah, pink shoes. Well, Brad Mills looking on. Second-year skipper of the Astros. Go back to that play last night. Chris Snyder scoring.
Look at the glove.
I mean, the ball's there.
In the air.
Yep. Ball was there in plenty of time, but Snyder got that foot in. That's a hard call for any umpire to make.
Got it right. But that's the whole point about the AGH cam when it slows it way down. You can see that, yeah, they got it right.
Chance now for Brandon Wood. He struck out swinging in the second inning. Last night, with the bases loaded, came up with a double. And he went that time. So that's 2 strikes on Wood. You got the bases full, nobody out. Pirates should get a couple of cracks here to get some runs. Jay Happ, the 0-2 pitch. 1-2.
Walker's been very good to knock it in runs this year. This inning, he's the place setter. There's Joel Hanrahan. He's the other Pirate with the Barbie shoes on. There's Neal taking his lead off third.
And he punched him out. So Wood goes down on strikes for the second time, striking out with the bases full here. Now with 1 out, Cedeno will come up next.
Watch the bat. Okay. little bit in front of the plate. Curveball, the ball's dive into the ground.
Pirates looking to cash in here. Cedeno takes ball one. Ronnie fly to left in the second inning. Carlos Lee had 2 putouts when the Pirates went down 1-2-3 in that inning. And he goes to right. Walker's going to score. It's 2-0 Pirates as Cedeno drives in his 9th run of the year.
Hit it too hard. Only get 1 home. Going the other way. I love to see guys go the other way in those double play situations, as this would have been. So much easier to get the ball in the air and avoid hitting that ground ball and allowing the pitcher to escape.
Cedeno has now hit safely in 8 of his last 9 games. James McDonald batting with 1 out of the bases full. Was robbed of a base hit last time as he went to the opposite field, and the left fielder Carlos Lee was playing him shallow to begin with.
I'd like to see Jay-Z do that again.
See if he can do it. James had a new fishing pole, new rod and reel combo next to his locker yesterday.
What did you say? James' middle name was
Zell.
Zell, right? Okay. That's why I'm going with the Jay-Z.
Yeah, so the guys haven't picked up on that. They're still on J Mac. He loves to fish, this guy. He and Daniel McCutcheon.
Could be an excellent time of year for that.
Well, he and McCutcheon found a private pond and somebody to let him on it down in Florida in spring training.
Golf course, right?
No, that was another one. McDonald to second. Hall goes to Barmes for 1. There's the twin kill. So the Pirates get 1 run on 3 hits and lead it after 4, 2-0. Get game used jerseys, bats, and much more. What you need to do is visit Pirates.com for all the details. If you want Andrew McCutcheon's bat, Neil Walker's helmet, game used lineup cards, jerseys, it's all there. So go to Pirates.com and find out about Pirates authentic merchandise.
All that stuff is authenticated. It's really nice to have a place you can go and know exactly what you're getting.
James McDonald. Let's take a look at his FIP.
I whipped this up for us in between innings here, just so
it's pretty good.
You guys could see how it's figured. There it is. Good luck.
I was going to ask you how you derived at the constant of 3.10, but that's too easy a question for you. I mean, everybody knows you base it on the average earned run average of the league at that point in time. That's just too easy a question.
Is that really how they do it?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that. 3.10 is the average ERA?
That's as an example that we're using.
Oh.
We're not using the actual average.
Maybe when Blast played, that was the average ERA, but not nowadays.
It's the industry standard among baseball analysts these days.
Okay.
1 ball, 1 strike to Brett Wallace. 2-0 Pirates, top half of the 5th inning. You know, Wallace has become a guy that Houston is going to depend on in terms of offense. Started out as a third baseman in his career, playing first base now. He's not the top fielding first baseman, but guy can hit. No question about it. Second in the major leagues in hitting since the 7th of April. Since the first week of the season came to a conclusion, he's hitting .398. Ranks 5th in the National League overall. Coming into the game today with a .349 average. Safely in 20 of his last 23 games, and he ropes one to right field. Going back, Diaz. 1 away. It's 11 in a row set down by McDonald. (13 out of 14).
It sure looks like he is back, doesn't it? This will be his 3rd good solid start in a row.
Chris Johnson late on that one. Well, it was common sense, I think, when you looked at how he started and you're looking for answers to the poor start that he had. He was just behind. There was some concern due to the injury he had in spring training that he would be behind when he finally got to the regular season portion, and he was indeed behind where the other starters were in terms of being stretched out. It showed in his first couple of outings, but since then he has put together 3 very good starts in a row. One and 2 to Johnson. Chris Johnson struck out looking in the 2nd inning. One-two pitch. Off speed, got him.
There's your 2 outs, nobody on again. Keeps happening, huh?
Well, McDonald came back from injury. One guy got another injury for Houston. The subject of our AGH Sports Medicine injury update. Jason Bourgeois left last night's game in the 6th with a left oblique strain. Joe England, former Milwaukee Brewer, has been recalled and is on the active roster for today. Bourgeois placed in the 15-day disabled list. Injury update brought to you by Allegheny General Hospital Sports Medicine, official medical provider for the Pittsburgh Pirates. That one's up a little high to Bill Hall.
Wanted to see where the bat was. Got it out of there just in time.
One ball,
There's
1 strike.
Fairly famous Willie Stargell clip where Willie ducks out of there and leaves his bat up in there. I think he ends up getting a foul ball off of it. I think I seen one where somebody, I don't remember who it was, actually hit the bat and it ended up going back to the pitcher for an out.
Just the 2nd base hit off of McDonald today. 2-out single, and that ends a string of 12 straight set down in a row.
His control's been so good.
Well, speaking of Willie Stargell, take a look at this day in Pirates history, brought to you by Day Automotive. We're going to make your day. May 8th, 1963, hit his first major league home run off Lindy McDaniel, a 3-run homer in the 8th. And 10 years later, he hit a ball out of Dodger Stadium for the 2nd time in his career, this time off of Andy Messersmith. Stay in Pirates history thanks to Day Automotive.
He liked the number 8.
Humberto Quintero flying to right field first time up. Pirates a 2-0 lead, 2 down, top of the fifth. And the base hit by Bill Hall puts a runner aboard for just the second time in the ball game for Houston. Swing and a miss. 1-1 to Quintero. Splits the catching duties with J.R. Tolles. Tolles started the first game here Friday night and did not play last night or today so far.
Who was that? Tolles?
J.R. Tolles.
Tolles.
Yeah.
They told you he wasn't playing today.
I know you did. You've been hinting around at it. 2-1. Quintero, 253 hitter. Doesn't have his first home run yet this year. He's driven in 6. Astros took game 1 Friday night 3-2. Pirates winning 6-1 last night to even the series at a game apiece. Pirates looking for another series win. And then after this game today, the Dodgers come in for 4 straight night games. Dodgers currently in New York facing the Mets and leading them in the bottom of the 5th inning 2-1. Andre Ethier's 30-game hitting streak snapped last night. He went 0 for 4 with a walk. Ethier and the Dodgers have come in after the series today. Hall gets his lead from first. McDonald ready to go. 2-1. Now it's 2-2. Houston off to a 13-20 start this year.
Pretty nice view from that last shot we had.
Yeah, you like that, huh?
Sitting in the front row.
That's a wireless camera that can go anywhere. That's what it looks like sitting in the front row. It's such a great view. That's why people like sitting down there. Really get a good sense of what the pitchers do. Great seats, hey buddy.
Hear all the chit chat going on between the players.
The 2-2 to Quintero. Struck him out. Second strikeout of the inning for James McDonald. Pirates a 2-0 lead. outs going to the bottom of the 5th inning. Our AT&T Mobility Trivia question: who holds the Astros record for most RBIs in a single game? Any idea, Bob?
No, I know that as I said, somebody told me the answer, but I didn't catch it.
Yeah. Who shot JR? JR Tolles. Right there, leaning on the railing. 2007, he had 8 RBIs in a game.
It's a big number, especially for a guy that is not really an RBI guy. You would guess a lot of other players that have been wearing that Houston Astro uniform over the years.
Well, and at the time, it was only his 6th major league game when he did it. Probably figured, hey, this isn't so hard. And then the rest of your career catches up with you. 1-1 to Andrew McCutchen. He's 1 for 2. And look at the start that John Wehner got off to. 5 for 5 against the Atlanta Braves. Has 5 laser beam shots. How many went past third?
I don't remember it, to tell you the truth. I got 5 hits. I don't remember where they were.
Barmas makes the catch and McCutchen flies on. Well, going back to J.R. Tolles' game against the Cardinals. 4 for 4 night. Hitting with men on base. That's the key. And he walks there. It's another one in. And then Aaron Miles, a position player, has to hit. And this one, or has to pitch rather, and this one is gone. Not the finest moment for Aaron Miles. J.R. Tolles with a night he'll never forget. September 20th, 2007.
You think of some of the guys like Bagwell? Never had that many.
I mean, they've had some guys that could really hit that played for the Houston Astros.
Jeff Kent was down there for quite a while. A real strong RBI player.
We're talking about John Wehner. His 5th career major league game, went 5 for 5. Also, Pirates bench coach Jeff Bannister got his one and only major league hit in that game.
Same game, really?
I believe it was.
Know that.
Yeah.
Wow.
Rock had his first career RBI and stolen base in that game. There's a lot of firsts in that game. Manny had an infield single. And he beat out with blazing speed.
1 or 2 of those of John's hits were also infield singles right out.
And a walk to Jose Tabata.
But that's not uncommon. John, when he was young, he could probably still run a little bit, but John could really motor when he was first coming up in the big leagues. He had excellent speed for a big man.
The Pirates with a man aboard again. Second time Tabata has walked today. Matt Diaz 1 out of 2. Singled his first time up. So we go back. We'll take a look at Banny's first base hit. One and only. July 23rd, 1991. And look at the speed. I didn't even see him. I just saw like a flash go by. He has been a long-time employee of the Pirates. Served the ball club in many different capacities. Now the bench coach full time.
Received the Pride of the Pirates Award.
Yes, he did.
Opening day.
Well, when we'd go down to Houston, he lives not too far from there. That's where we'd see him. He would always be there in uniform, working with the guys prior to the games. Inside to Diaz. Ball and 2 strikes to Matt. Matt out of Winter Haven, Florida. Taught Andrew McCutchen how to hit when McCutchen was a kid. But he says he didn't really have to teach him how to hit because his hands were already faster than his at that time. And he's got a second base hit. 2 on and 1 out.
McCutcheon pretty much a natural, those quick hands of his. This time he decided not to go the other way. And if you look up at that strike zone, there was a good reason. That ball was up and in. He was able to turn on it.
Yeah, Diaz, who was teaching McCutcheon after the first couple of times, said, take him home. I can't do anything with him. What do you mean? Well, his hands are faster than mine, and I'm already in the big leagues. He was what, 8th or 9th grade? Neil Walker, 1 for 1 with a walk. Came home with the game's second run in the 4th inning. RBI chance for Neil. And he pulls it just foul. Walker leading all National League second basemen in runs batted in with 19. Second in the major leagues. Robinson Cano of the Yankees is the top run producer at the second base position. He's got 24 runs batted in. Of course, Cano had a big night last night, driving in some runs. Drove in 3. One and 2.
And Neil has really grown a lot here since he's been in the big leagues. I mean, his role on this club has grown. Everyday second baseman. Now he's hitting cleanup.
Chased that one and struck out.
Been a few strikeouts like that today where the guys have gone upstairs.
He's got 37 hits, just 1 fewer than Ricky Weeks for the tops among National League second basemen. Steve Pearce with a run batted in and a base hit. Had a sacrifice fly back in the 1st inning that scored McCutcheon. And he singled in the 4th. And Pearce to right field. Waiting for it is Pence. And that'll do it. Pirates strand 2. And after 5 full, Pirates lead the Astros 2-0 on Root Sports.
With the Franklin Regional High School baseball team and, of course, all their moms. And they've joined me here to start the 2011 official ballots. Now, the guys all distributed the ballots, and so we've got everyone ready to fill them out. We were talking about some of their favorites include Neil Walker, Andrew McCutcheon, and the pitcher they were all talking about was Joel Hanrahan. Now, Lenny here, guys, is not just a baseball player. He also does hair. So here's a few of his paying customers, but he says, for you, Tim and Bob, the first one's on him.
There's a little common denominator there. They'll look the same.
Yeah, it's one haircut, but it's a darn good one.
Is that the number one? Do you order it by the number?
That's just the one?
Yeah. It's the fade. It's got the fade right here, the lineup. I can do it all.
And he also says he does landscaping. So Lenny's your guy for several things, but most important, balance.
Well, I hope he doesn't use the same tools landscaping as he does on the hair. All-star ballots are all around the ballpark, and you can vote. We're just talking about the all-star balloting. She mentioned Neil Walker's name. It's one of several Pirates who could be considered this year, but the numbers we just gave out on Walker a little while ago, second in hits among all second basemen in the National League behind Ricky Weeks by only one hit. He's tops in RBIs among second basemen. That's all-star caliber stuff.
And I think also the fact that the team is playing well right now, it's got a lot of our fans excited. A lot of talk around town about the Pirates off to this pretty decent start. You look at the standings today. What the heck? We're only 2.5 games out of first place here on Mother's Day. So I think our guys are going to pick up a lot of votes this year, and Walker will be right there.
So the walk to the pitcher, Jay Happ, to start the inning. Now Michael Bourne hits a ground ball to Walker. He'll get one at first.
That's a good move. We were going to get one anyway. So get Bourne out of there. Now you have a pitcher running the bases instead of Bourne. With Bourne's base stealing ability, you would have thought that he is going to try and steal. He might be standing at second base instead of the pitcher. In a way, that worked out for us.
Well, Neil had to face the Bourne ultimatum. Sorry.
That's fine.
Clint Barmas 0 for 2. He struck out twice, once swinging and once looking. One man is out. The runner Happ at second. You were sitting over the dugout. That's what your view would look like.
And that's why you have to pay attention here at PNC Park. Foul ball gets on to you immediately. Don't take your eye off that hitter. And bring your glove.
Dolman will visit with McDonald here. Fans, you can book your group outing of any size at PNC Park today. Ask about how each member of your group can take home a Pirates cap or Roberto Clemente replica jersey for just the price of a ticket, in addition to a great discount. Reserve your group tickets. Call 1-800-5-BUCKS or visit pirates.com/groups. Pirates games are funner in bunches. Bring your group out here. Barnes almost chased it. 1 ball, no strikes to the shortstop. If you were sitting a few rows over the dugout,
you are right on top of things. This is what it looks like to watch game. Hey, guys, look. Good thing a foul ball didn't come that way. Oh, I see. I'm looking down there now. I see what's going on. The underneath his chin. The pierogies are down there. That's what's got everybody's attention.
That's what. Hannah won today, by the way. Fouled back 2-1. Jalapeno Hannah won her second race. Oliver Onion, I think he was in the show position today.
There's Hannah.
The winner
always has her purse with her.
Probably has important stuff in there.
There's Saul. Other side of Oliver. And my favorite, Cheese.
Cheese Chester. This cheese is particularly runny.
Day in and day out, I'd have to bet on Cheese every race.
McDonald walks. Barmas. And now there are 2 on without the benefit of a hit.
And one of the hotter hitters coming up, Pence.
Ray Searage wants time, and he wants to come out and visit with James McDonald. We're in the top half of the 6th inning. 2-0 Pirates. And now the tying run is aboard for Houston. At one point during the game, James McDonald had retired 12 straight Houston Astros.
Not a lot of offense out of the Astros, that's for sure. Just 2 hits on the afternoon. Here we are in the 6th inning. McDonald doing a fantastic job. Roma trying to give him a little encouragement. 83 pitches, nothing wrong with that here in the 6th.
Season high 7 strikeouts.
You know, James is tough to keep his pitch count down. He's not really a ground ball type guy. He likes the strikeouts. He gets a lot of swings and misses. When you strike people out, it takes a few more pitches than if you're just going up there throwing ground balls.
Pence takes low. Pirates need an out somewhere.
Yeah, Pence has hit a ground ball this afternoon. Love to see one right now.
1-1 to Pence. James McDonald is 1 strikeout away from equaling his career high of 8, which he achieved last August 5th against the Colorado Rockies.
8 seems to be the number this afternoon.
Ocho. Strike 2.
Coles had 8 RBIs.
Right.
Willie hit his first home run on the 8th.
Ball just ran in.
Yeah, look how far on the strike zone that ball was in. 3 inches off the plate.
When it started, it wasn't that way. Just had that run. Runners off first and second, 1 out. McDonald checks Happ at second base, delivers. Heads up, that's right where our cameraman is. So if you're sitting behind the dugout, it was either duck and cover or make sure you try to catch it.
And sometimes we have the break numbers up next to our strike zone, and you'll see the horizontal break. And that's the one that measures how far that ball runs or how far a slider will go away the other direction.
And he strikes out Hunter Pence and ties his career high with 8 punchouts.
And that one had the drop on it. That one dropped right into the strike zone. Watch it come into the top of the zone right there.
That ball started so high we lost it out of our picture for a moment. And it fell out of the sky right into the mitt of Ryan Doman for strike 3. Carlos Lee, the batter. So 2 men out now. Solid row of consonants out there in left field. His debut as a Pirates starter against Colorado last August 5th was when he struck out 8. And ironically, his major league debut came against the Pirates as a Dodger. It was in relief, and it was here at PNC Park. Breaking ball. That stood Lee up. Almost broke his back. Bent backwards so far.
Lee doesn't like it. Complaining. Watch the strike zone. What's it say? Yeah, that's right on the corner.
Now he's in Lee's head just a little bit. James McDonald stretch. And the 1-2 pitch. This one in foul ground. Pierce giving.
Oh, man, that was close.
Good attempt by Steve Pierce.
He might have even got just he ticked that perhaps. Great effort.
I think he got part of the glove on it. Steve had to go.
Yep. Oh, yeah, just off the edge of the glove.
He went a long way for this. looking for another 2 or 3 inches on his wingspan. Steve Pearce been hustling out there today.
Always does. He's very active. He loves to play first base. He's about as active out there as a first baseman as you'll see. Gets in there real quick on the bunts.
1-2. Missed on the inside part. Evens it up at 2-2.
He's got good lateral movement going from side to side.
James McDonald looking for the 3rd out right here. Pitch to Carlos Lee. Little tapper past the mound. And McDonald will take it. And that's going to be an infield hit for Carlos Lee. And the bases are loaded. The tying run is now in scoring position for Houston.
A very big mistake by McDonald. No reason to have anything to do with this ball. This is the third baseman's ball. All the way. He just took it right away from him.
Well, there's nothing he can do with it if he fields it.
No, that's why. No reason to even run over there and get involved. All you can do is get in the way. He should have peeled off a long time back.
Happ is the runner at third base. Barmes at second. Lee at first. Bases full for Brett Wallace. He pops it up foul.
You know, who knows if Wood could have made that play or not, but if it could have been made, he's the only guy that can do it. He gets paid to play defense. You know, for one thing, I mean, that's why he is out there. And he's coming in on the ball. He has momentum going that direction. If there would have been a play at first, he's the guy that could have pulled it off.
0-1. One hopper to Cedeno. He'll get the forced second. And James McDonald wriggles off the hook. But not before he matches his career high in strikeouts with 8. You're watching Pittsburgh Pirates baseball on Root Sports. For Houston, go to the bottom of the 6th inning with Bob Walk and Lacey Collins. I'm Tim Neverett. Make sure to like us on Facebook at Root Sports Pit. Stay connected with all of our local teams and other passionate fans just like yourself. Let's go Bucks. Pirates trying to set sail with some more runs here in the bottom of the 6th inning. Part of the great views we have looking on the Allegheny. That just floats on by. Under the Roberto Clemente Bridge. There's no scenery like this in baseball. I mean, there's some good scenery, believe me. There's great scenery from a lot of ballparks, but boy, what a pretty day here in Pittsburgh.
Yeah, we were in San Diego. I was doing a lot of talking and thinking about what a great ballpark they have there and the way that it looked and everything, how pretty it was. But then I see this, and yeah, this is the best.
Donald fouls it back. What's neat is when we go to places that we think are really nice ballparks, and they say, boy, we really like your park. In San Francisco and San Diego, places like that.
Some nice fluffy white clouds. That ball. Get the range resources strike zone, see if that was high.
I don't think it would be on it. It might be off the chart.
There it is. Let's see. Where's it at?
Almost.
He was pushing the envelope there, wasn't he?
Here's the 1-2 pitch to Doman. In the air to center. Michael Bourne under it. One out. Doman is now 0 for 2 with a walk. All right, you can text the booth. Here's the question from today is texter Craig. Bob, earlier talked about the shift being rare against righties. Why is that?
Well, I've never really heard a lot of people talk about it. You just don't ever see it. And I'm guessing it's because of the fact that that first baseman's over there all by himself.
Wood to right field, still going back is Pence, and he makes the catch for the second out.
It makes him really susceptible to, the bunt. If the ball gets pushed over that direction, you can push it hard if you get it by the pitcher. If the pitcher tries to go after it, there's nobody there now. The second baseman's totally out of the picture on it.
Ronnie Cedeno, base hit and an RBI in the fourth.
It just gives the first baseman a ton of responsibility. Not only has to go to the bag on any kind of a ground ball, but he's got that whole infield all to himself.
Garrett Jones on deck. Some teams will do the shift on him, but of course to a left-handed hitter, they'll bring 3 over to the right side of the infield, leave the third baseman alone on the left.
No, Greg Brown asked me that a few years ago, and I said, I don't know why you don't really see that on right-handers. You just don't, and I guess it's the fact that the first baseman has to stay close to the bag because he has to cover it. When you put a shift on a lefty, you can drag the third baseman way over to the shortstop position.
He doesn't need to stick
because
by
there's no reason for him to ever have to run to third. But if you put the first baseman over there where the second baseman is, you're in trouble. You put that first baseman right there, what you would on a normal shift. Well, how's he ever going to get back? Never going to make it.
Who covers first on a bunt play? Nobody.
So that's the whole thing. Is the first baseman is there all by himself, and most managers, I think, do not want to do that.
Cedeno flies out to Michael Bourne. 3 up and 3 down for the Bucks in the 6th. independent pitching, or FIP, today. And James McDonald's updated FIP, because he had a couple of walks there late, his FIP goes up a little bit.
Yeah, you can see how much it changes and why you really have to have a large amount of innings pitched before you can really have anything meaningful out of that. And it's why it's used to really evaluate a guy's season and try to evaluate what you can expect out of him next year. Yeah, I think it's almost more of a scouting tool than really talking about how somebody is pitching in any small snapshot of the season.
It seems like the ERA and the FIP are always going to be somewhat similar, maybe up and down a little bit on either side. And I think you'd want a lower ERA.
Yeah, and also
and a lower FIP.
And both of those numbers too. The ERA is something that you really don't want to look at as a small snapshot. That's why a lot of people really don't put a lot of credence into a relief pitcher's ERA, because there's not that many innings there and it moves so much, up and down. It can just take off just because you give up 2 or 3 runs in a third of an innings pitched. So both those stats, ERA and the FIP stat that we've talked about today, you really have to look at in the big picture of a complete season.
Well, McDonald's ERA won't be going anywhere but down after giving up no runs over 6 innings. McDonald, 96 pitches, 61 of them for strikes, and again, he equaled his career high in strikeouts with 8 today. Resop facing Chris Johnson. Resop's last outing did not finish the way he wanted it to. And Johnson delivers this one, a towering fly ball out of here. And all of a sudden the lead's cut in half, 2-1. Chris Johnson's 4th home run of the year.
He got all that. There wasn't much doubt, especially down the line like that. Didn't have to carry that far. What breeze there is. There's not much today, but what breeze there is blowing out to left. That one high and deep. Turned on it. That ball was actually off the plate. Most of your home runs nowadays come from the opposite side of the plate, outside half for a right-hand hitter, but this one here, he spun on it. It's actually kind of difficult to take a pitch that's off the plate, hit it hard enough to get it over the fence, and keep it fair. A lot of times, if you get the head of the bat to a baseball that's 3 inches inside or 2 inches inside, it's got to be a foul ball. He kept it fair.
Resop pumps in back-to-back strikes against Bill Hall. 0-2 to Hall. Hall is 1 for 2 today. Fly deep to right field in the 2nd inning, and then had a base hit in the 5th.
Looks like both bullpens are busy.
That's fouled back. So the count stays 0-2 to Hall. Yeah, Joe Beimel is up working for the Pirates in the bullpen, the left-hander. Resop backing up James McDonald today. Beimel looks like he's already heated up. You got Hall, a right-hander, then Quintero, a right-hander to follow. And Hall with a base hit. Now the tying run aboard.
Those veteran bullpen guys, as you said, already heated up, and he's just standing there. They know how many pitches they're going to have if that manager comes out of the dugout. They can finish themselves off. A little breaking ball that just went the other way with it. Some of the younger, inexperienced relievers, the phone rings, they hear their name, they're up firing away, they're ready to go in the game at that moment. Where the older guys, they'll get to a point to where they know that, okay, 12 more pitches, I'll be ready. And they know the game situation. They know when the manager might come out, when he's not going to. And so when he's coming up the steps, they know how many pitches they got left before the umpire makes the call. And then when they get in the game, they know they still have pitches out there. And the reason you do that is for all the times you have to get up and throw and you don't get in the ball game. You don't want to waste all your ammunition just throwing it in the pen.
Quintero batting with runner at first, Bill Hall. On deck is Brian Bogusevic. He'll hit for the pitcher. Strike one to Quintero. Bogusevic came in, got a pinch hit single last night. He will replace Jay Happ. And as we showed you a little while ago in the Houston bullpen, Jeff Fulcino continues to warm up, and he will come in to face the Pirates in the bottom of the seventh. 2-1, Bucks with the lead. They scored one in the first, another one in the fourth. And Houston with a solo home run by Chris Johnson to get their run on the board this inning. 1-1 now to Quintero. These teams have split the first two games of this series. Pirates looking to improve their home record. Why these wins here at PNC Park becoming more and more important. Just 5-9 at home, 11-8 on the road. Winning record against the Central Division at 8-6. Another thing too, I think the Pirates would like to take care of Houston whenever possible because of last year. 3 trips into Houston, 3 sweeps. 0-9 in Houston a year ago.
The road was a house of horrors last year for the Pirates.
1 ball, 1 strike pitch from Chris Riesoff. Hall takes off. Pitch is swung on, fouled off of Doman. Hall will have to go back to first. Doman will shake it off.
A little hit and run action. Quintero could not get the job done. Doman paid the price.
1-2 to Humberto Quintero. Quintero starting his 22nd game behind the plate for Houston. Astros are 9-12 when he starts a game behind the plate.
Pretty amazing to look at that road record, isn't it? See 11 wins for the Pirates at this point.
Yes.
17 wins last year and 11 here on Mother's Day.
And 5 road series victories. The only road series Pirates didn't win was in Florida against the Marlins. Trying to put some together at home now. 2-2. Quintero fouls it off. And you look at where Florida is. They're a couple of games behind Philadelphia in the East, but they'll challenge the Phillies. The Phillies and the Cleveland Indians, by the way, the first 2 teams to get to 22 wins.
One, I think everyone expected. The other is a complete shock.
We're not talking about the Phillies being a shock. No. People expected that. Riesoff's 2-2. Quintero fighting him off. We look at the National League Eastern Division. Atlanta 4.5 back behind Florida and Philadelphia. Washington and the New York Mets. Mets now trailing the Dodgers this afternoon 4-1 in the bottom of the 7th.
They're already 8 games back in that loss column. Falling fast.
All the lead from first. Nobody out. The 2-2. And the count is now full. Central Division.
Nice.
In third place.
Yes.
2 games back in the loss column.
Things are very competitive. Look at it. 15 losses for St. Louis. Houston with 20. Just a 5-game differential from top to bottom in a 6-team division. They're going to be kind of tight this year, it looks like. Nobody really running away with it. Nobody really going in south fast either.
Cardinals and Brewers are scoreless right now, bottom of the 5th, and Cincinnati a 1-0 lead over Chicago in the bottom of the 4th inning. Another Central Division action.
Clint works that gum over, doesn't he?
Yeah. 9 out of 10 dentists surveyed agree.
Got that bubble gum going all the time.
Payoff pitch coming from Chris Resop to Humberto Quintero. Bill Hall takes off. Ball is banged into the gap in left center field. Hall rounding second, and he's going to score. And into second is Quintero. It's a 2-2 game.
Well, that's a shame that McDonald's going to end up with a no decision. Fine start for him this afternoon, but the Pirates just haven't got their offense going at home yet this year. That's the difference. That ball kind of fumbled around a little bit in center field, allow Hall to score. Yeah, that's really the key that we're going to have to deal with, as McCutchen tried to barehand that ball instead of using the glove. That was a little bit of a mistake on Andrews' part.
Scored a double and an RBI.
But we got to get our offense straightened around here at home. That's been the difference. We're talking about these home wins and road wins. We hit the ball much better on the road.
Back-to-back rough outings for Chris Resop. Here comes Joe Beimel. This Mother's Day Sunday, Pirates and Astros draw all square here in the top of the 7th inning at 2 runs apiece. Kids Day Sunday, mom's enjoying it. And Joe Beimel trying to get the Pirates out of trouble here. Chris Resop gave up a home run to lead off the inning. Chris Johnson, Bill Hall a base hit. Quintero a double. He scores. And now it's a 2-2 game with the go-ahead run in scoring position. Nobody out. And Joe Beimel getting ready to face Angel Sanchez, a right-handed hitter.
I wonder if he'll be bunting here, maybe.
Sanchez.
Nope.
Squares.
He came around late. Dave Clark came in and had a little discussion with him. Didn't trust it to signs. Giving him the signs now, though.
He wears out a path back and forth over there, doesn't he? Dave Clark, third base coach. Beimel's 1-0. Bunted down to third. Wood fields, and here comes the go-ahead run, and he will score.
Safe at first also.
Now, Quintero doesn't run all that well.
Well, he's stealing on the pitch. He was taking advantage of where Wood was playing.
So he's running on the pitch. You saw him right there in the back of the screen. As the ball was being fielded, he was already rounding third. There he goes. He's off with the pitch. He's stealing. And you could hear Dave Clark saying, "Watch the throw, watch the throw." As soon as he saw the throw, then he took off.
Astros in front, 3-2.
And the Walker was so anxious to get the ball to the plate because he saw the go-ahead run coming in. He never touched first.
Sanchez nearly picked off. Like Pierce still barking at Tim Cheetah, the umpire.
But that's why Sanchez is still over there and
he's out,
getting picked off. If he touched him, he's out.
Got him right there. Well, Pirates can't catch a break here in the 7th. All 3 runs charged to Chris Risa. Book closed on him now. Still nobody out. Show's bunt takes a strike. Now you get pretty good speed on the bases in Sanchez and very good speed at the plate in Bourne. Astros can do a lot of things here.
They've been doing a lot of things with no speed on the bases, so sure they will with speed.
A bunt home a catcher from second base.
Yeah, you don't see that very often. Definitely being aggressive.
As a play, I like that play a lot. It's a very aggressive baseball play. The Astros had 12 in a row retired at one point by James McDonald. McDonald struck out 8. Now that is all by the boards. He'll get no decision here, and the lead also gone. Another strike and a breaking ball, 0-2. If they played only 6 innings today, it'd be a great game.
Yeah, it's still going to be a good game. Pirates still have 3 innings to hit. We're all right.
Second base, Walker for 1, back to first, too late, not going to get Bourne. And there is 1 out.
It's not going to hit into too many double plays. It's a 2 hopper. How many guys aren't going to get doubled up on that? And he's 2 steps by the bag. Not even in a picture. He can run.
He's a flyer.
He'll take a shot at stealing second base if he doesn't get picked off. Beimel, as we've already seen this inning, possesses a very deceptive move.
But Barmes takes ball 1. Barmes has struck out twice and walked. He's got Michael Bourne at first base, the major league leader in stolen bases. Daniel McCutcheon getting up for the Pirates in the bullpen now. Pitch. 2-0 to Barmes.
He's done warming up also. He's just standing there. Now he's going to toss one. Doesn't take long when you go to that bullpen to kind of get things figured out. That you have some time. You don't have to get into a panic. Yeah, he's already been throwing. He's basically loose now. Now he's just going to throw maybe once or twice for every pitch that Beimel throws, just to stay fairly close. And then if he sees Clint call time start to walk up, then you'll see him start firing away to
finish things off.
Got one on the corner that time. 2-1. Joe Beimel, the former Duquesne Duke, is in the Duquesne Hall of Fame. Second tour of duty with the Pirates. He falls further behind Barmes. 3-1. All 3 runs for the Astros have scored here in the top of the 7th.
Dave Clark going through a set of signs. They may start a runner on a 3-1 pitch, thinking that Barmes, if it's a strike, is going to put it in play. And if it's ball 4, that's ball 4.
Now, almost certainly will be moving.
Now, when this happens, your job is to not get picked off. You're not trying to steal a base. Just don't get picked off. You're running to stay out of a double play ball. So if you can strike out Barmes, might be one of the rare opportunities you have a legitimate shot. Throwing out one of the fastest guys in the league.
He didn't go. Ground ball to short. Cedeno to Walker. Late at first. Just a slow developing double play ball.
Yeah, it's Cedeno having to go into the hole. It's not an easy one. He pulled this ball just enough to bring Cedeno over, make that throw much longer, and that bought him enough time to get by the bag.
Barmes replaces Bourne at first. Now Hunter Pence at the plate. 2 men out. Well, Beimel's come in, gave up the bunt base hit, which essentially got that go-ahead run in. And other than that, he's hit a couple of ground ball outs. Perhaps should have been out of the inning because he apparently picked off Angel Sanchez on our replay show it, but Tim Cheetah called him safe. Ball 1 high. And you're either out or you're safe, like it or not. That's the way it is in the game. Clint Hurdle not shy about questioning things on close calls, though. We've seen that early on in his tenure as the Pirates skipper.
Yeah, he'll go out and have a conversation with an umpire at the drop of a hat. You see something he doesn't agree with.
Pence to left center. Talbot under it. And that does it. Damage done, though, in the top half of the 7th inning. A home run by Chris Johnson, a single by Hall, and a double by Quintero. And 3 runs in for the Astros as they've taken a 3-2 lead here in the 7th inning. Well, on this Mother's Day Sunday, we'll keep you here at the ballpark and look at some of the pictures all around PNC Park of the mothers and the children who are here today, as we enjoy some of the sounds as well during this, the 7th inning stretch.
Major League Baseball, as we remember the lives lost on September 11th, 2001, while offering support to our troops here and abroad. Here to lead us with God Bless America is a quartet from the D. Ferd Swaney Elementary School Chorus. They are joined on the field by Master Sergeant Julie McBain from the 171st Airlift Wing of the Pennsylvania Air National Guard. Master Sergeant McBain is a 22-year member of the military and returned home last week to her hometown of McKees Rocks after a tour of duty overseas in support of Operation Enduring Freedom.
God bless America, land that
Astros on top 3-2. The Pepsi Max Pack is back again for another season. Take advantage of the Pepsi Max Pack every Friday home game this year. You'll receive an outfield box ticket, a Pepsi product, a hot dog, and a pretzel for only $20. Pirates.com/Pepsi Max for details. Xavier Paul leading off, grounds out to Clint Barnes, and quickly 1 away in the Pirates half of the 7th.
It's kind of important now that for the Pirates at least to get something going, a little base running action. As you see from Fulchino's numbers on the year, they have lost the momentum here. To get something going to get it back.
Fulchino out of Hollis, New Hampshire, only major leaguer ever to come out of his hometown.
Well, we got the right guy at the plate to get the ball rolling. We were talking at the beginning of the show about how they've been hot.
Takes a strike.
And we need to get 2 hits. When he gets 2 hits, they have a very good record. We've got 1 so far.
McCutchen has faced Fulchino 5 times before, and he's 0 for 5 against him. Pirates still with bullets in the gun here, just the bottom of the 7th. It's a 1-run game. Battling with the Houston Astros in game 3 of this 3-game series. 2-1. It's right there for a strike call. Jose Veras loosening up alongside Daniel McCutchen. Two balls and 2 strikes to Andrew McCutchen. And this one hit well to right center field. Hunter Pence over. Hey, takes one away. Highway robbery for Hunter Pence as he took away a double from Andrew McCutchen right there.
Yeah, I was about to write double on the scorecard. That looked gap shot off the bat. Now, coming off a right-hander's bat, it's going to be slicing, and it sliced right back to Pence. See, these are the plays, and we talked about this earlier, of why they came up with that FIP, the FIP stat we were talking about. Because there is a lot of luck, fortunate things that can happen, or unfortunate things that can happen that's out of the control of the pitcher. You just gave up a line drive into a gap, and an outfielder came up with a great play to turn into nothing but an out.
Talbot fouls it off his foot, and that stings.
Had to hurt quite a bit. AGH Cam, where to get him? Big toe.
Big toe, left foot.
Gonna have to call the big toe truck. I don't know. From that view, might have had instep.
Yeah, less toe, more instep. 1-1 pitch. Talbot fouls it back. He's behind. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Andrew McCutchen thought he had a double.
He was robbed. I thought he had a double for sure.
Hunter Pence makes those plays from time to time.
Yeah, if he doesn't make it, he's sliding on the ground. If it gets by him, that's 3 bases. And at the time, just 1 out, that would be huge. Good job, Hunter Pence.
Talbot strikes out looking, and Fulchino does the job, comes in for Houston and retires the side in order. We're on to the 8th at PNC Park. A 3-2 Astros lead. Well, the Pirates hoping to catch a break here late in the ball game, trailing the Astros 3-2 on Kids Mini Bat Day and Mother's Day. Earrings for the moms today. Kids and moms get to run the bases after the game, but they would like to do it with a smile on. Daniel McCutchen, the new pitcher, takes over for Joe Byron. How about the ERA there?
Need to see the fit.
The ERA is good enough at 0.00.
That's what I want to see.
Facing Carlos Lee, takes a strike. And McCutchen's found himself a role. Last year, came out of spring training as the number 5 starter. Things didn't work out. But back here this year as a reliever.
And it's hard to say that, okay, he's in the bullpen. That's why he's pitching so well. He may just be in one of those zones where even if he was in the starting rotation, he'd be doing the same thing. You don't really know.
McCutchen on the run, and did he get it? No! He says he got it. Meantime, Carlos Lee goes into second base. Now, I've never seen McCutchen react that way. And a player knows when he made a catch or when he didn't. And they know when they're faking it and acting to try to get a call in a trap. And Clint Hurdle wants to come out and talk with Jeff Nelson. But the reaction by McCutchen actually cost the Pirates a base as Carlos Lee went up to second.
Yeah, I'm with you. McCutchen, well, he doesn't say much about calls and that sort of thing.
Caught it.
He caught it.
That's a catch. And a great catch. That won't count. Wow.
Yeah, that went in the leather.
That is unbelievable. What an amazing catch. And called a trap by Jeff Nelson. That is one of the plays that is being considered for replay for 2012. The trap play or the catch would be one of them. And Jeff Nelson didn't get the call right that time. So instead, a base runner in scoring position instead of there being one out. Brett Wallace takes ball one.
Obviously, it didn't go in our favor this time, but I hope they don't do that and have a replay on traps. I don't like replays in general, and for right now to have everybody underneath, I mean, just play the game.
Well, you're right, but that's one of the things that's under consideration for Major League Baseball for next year.
They don't do that.
Pickoff attempt, and it's into center field. McCutchen will come up throwing. Carlos Lee wasn't running very hard. And Keystone
McCutchen
Cops
was backing up.
Boy, I guess.
This one off a number of gloves. Goes off a glove there. And then off there. And even McCutchen didn't come up with it clean. Oh, right underneath his arm.
An error charge to Daniel McCutchen. And now a runner at third with nobody out. Infield comes in. Foul ball. Wallace today 0 for 3. This gets the run in. Tabata makes the catch, and Carlos Lee, a gift for the Astros. It's now 4-2. First run Daniel McCutchen's given up this season.
Nice job by Wallace. Take that pitch away. again, I really think that not enough hitters know the importance of trying to go the other way when you're trying to get that runner in from third base and stay out of hitting a ground ball. When you see it happen, it's almost always successful, as it was there for Wallace.
Well, Chris Johnson started the scoring for Houston with a solo home run off Chris Rhysop in the 7th. 1 for 3. 1-0 pitch fouled off. Pirates bullpen responsible for all 4 Houston runs this afternoon. James McDonald, 6 shutout innings, striking out 8, scattered 3 hits. And strike 2, long foul ball out of play. Los Angeles Dodgers come in tomorrow. First of a 4-game set with LA. They are beating the Mets right now in the bottom of the 9th inning at Citi Field in New York, 4-1. In the Central Division, St. Louis on top of Milwaukee 3-0, bottom of the 6th. And Cincinnati leading the Cubs at Wrigley Field 2-0 in the 6th. Cedeno handles the ground ball. There are 2 down. Let's take a look at our Root Watch, where you can watch the Pirates play this week. 6:30, 6:30, 6:30, 6:30. Pretty consistent for Pirates pregame. First pitch shortly after 7.
Be consistently good weather too, from what we understand. Going to be very beautiful evenings here in the Berg.
And we'll spend the weekend in Milwaukee.
First trip doesn't matter what the weather is.
Yeah, first trip to Brewtown this year. They've got the roof, so it can rain all it wants. Bill Hall, long foul ball. That's strike 1. Hall is 2 for 3 today. Hall is the only Astro with a multi-hit game. Didn't start last night. Jason Bourgeois started at second base and then had to be lifted in the 6th after straining an oblique. 1 ball and 1 strike. So the job made a little tougher for the Pirates now in the bottom of the 8th inning. They'll need 2 at least. To right field, Xavier Paul. Walks a room in front of the wall, makes the grab, and that does it. 1 run, 1 hit, nobody left. Andrew McCutchen thought he made the play of the day, but didn't.
On Root Sports is sponsored by Day Automotive. We're going to make your day. Let's go Bucks!
Here at PNC Park, bottom of the 8th inning, 4-2 Houston. Beginning in the 7th for the Astros. Pirates looking for some offense. Along with Bob Walk and Lacey Collins, I'm Tim Neverett. Talking about our Sabermetrics Sunday, the FIP for Bob Walk. Not too bad. Close to your career ERA at 3.83. The 3.98 FIP is the 199th best in team history since 1955. That's really something to be proud of.
199th, huh?
Yeah. You've made it the top 200.
Yeah, always just sneaking in.
Looks like it's time to eat. Ryan Bogusevic goes into left field for the Astros, and Fernando Abad is the new pitcher, left-hander on the mound. Abad will face Garrett Jones, Neil Walker, and Steve Pearce.
As you said, we got work to do. I don't like that insurance run they got.
Oh, just barely nicked the outside corner for a strike. Well, Xavier Paul, a left-handed hitter, is in the game. Pedro Alvarez available as an emergency pinch hitter only. Overbay, a left-handed hitter, is also available with Jones. The only right-handed bat off the bench is Chris Snyder. There is one out quickly.
Abad wasn't going to be able to get over there. Wallace had to take that himself. All right, Neil, time to do something special. Your Barbie shoes. Neil, not only is a good baseball player, he's really a good guy, a good character guy. And I'm sure his parents and his mom are very proud of the way he's turned out. It's not just about the baseball stats, but the way he carries himself.
1-0 is in there for a strike.
Never ducks any kind of responsibility for anything. There's the other pink shoes.
Joel Hanrahan. Mike Crotto warming up alongside him. 1-1 pitch. Inside. We were talking about your career FIP. You finished 199th in team history. Steve Blass, 184th in team history with a 3.86 FIP. In case you were wondering.
Well, I wasn't.
There's a ground ball base hit up the middle. Neil Walker's got himself a multi-hit day, 2 for 3. That brings the tying run to the plate.
That's exactly what we needed. Got to get somebody on base, get that tying run up there. Not surprising, it's Walker that knocks it through the middle. Look at that rotation.
How many RPMs you think?
Slowing down.
Pierce will take a strike. One thing that's been done here at PNC Park, the grass has been cut a little tighter for this homestand. It had been thicker earlier on in the season. 0-1 coming to Pierce from Fernando Abad.
Nothing's changed. Always trying to help the hitters.
If you had your way, it'd be a foot tall, wouldn't it?
Well, maybe not a foot. Good 3 inches would be nice. If it's a foot, you wouldn't be able to find the ball. That'd be bad too.
Yeah, but you had to play mostly on the carpet, which had no height.
Yeah, that was very quick. It was a little bit of a different game. It really transformed the game of baseball in the National League into a much faster game than we saw back in those years in the American League because of the stadiums, the surface. There's a real emphasis on speed.
Pirates will play one series this year on artificial turf, and that'll be in Toronto.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
But it will be the thicker field turf. Quick throw back, and Walker there.
Yeah, back in the old days, there was nothing thick about it. Like playing in your living room carpet, we're not talking shag.
No. But the field turf's more like real grass. Three and two to Pierce. Payoff is high, ball 4. And now the tying run is on base. Fans, you can check out what the Root Sports team is doing and thinking before, during, and after the game. Follow us on Twitter at Root Sports Pit to see tweets from Rob King, Lacey Collins, Paul Alexander, and more. Look for those tweets at Root Sports Pit. Pierce, the one-out walk that pushes Walker to second base, and Ryan Doman chance to use the bat here. He is 0 for 2 with a walk. Pirates trailing by a pair of runs here in the bottom of the 8th inning. A chance for Doman to get something done. Doman has never faced a Bond.
Hit one for the Moms.
Ball one high.
I'll take that ball that he hit in San Diego right now.
That was a laser beam, a frozen rope. The one he hit in San Diego for the Grand Slam Wednesday afternoon.
This is no cheapie in San Diego. That's a 400-foot ball out to their gap.
1-0. Doman hammers it deep left field, way back and gone. 3-run home run, and the Pirates are in front 5-4. Dewey did it again
for the Moms.
How do you like that? Ryan Doman, a 3-run bomb.
That was another one that's pounded too. Maybe not the line bullet, but he got it all, not much doubt. Tomahawk job.
Clint Hurdle knew it. See it high, let it fly. A 3-run home run by Ryan Doman chases Fernando Abad. We've got a Houston pitching change. The Pirates are back in front 5-4. Home run of the year, a 3-run shot has put the Pirates in front 5-4 in the bottom of the 8th. And Brandon Wood, first ball swinging against the new reliever Wilton Lopez, flies to left, and quickly 2 men out.
Yeah, it's fun when it's a big moment like that, and it's a home run that you don't have to sweat out. You're not thinking he's got to go. Yeah, okay, it was a majestic home run. Long, towering shot that everybody knew. You saw the reaction in the dugout. Everybody went crazy not too long after I left the bat. You get to celebrate it a lot longer that way.
Ronnie takes a strike. As a Pirate catcher, Domet has now hit 50 home runs. A chopper to third, looking up Johnson, and that does it. So the Pirates get the lead back, and Joel Hanrahan will come on and try to close the door. Now with a 5-4 lead, thanks to the 3-run home run by Ryan Domet. And Joel Hanrahan looking for another save.
And he's got the Barbie shoes on also. You see Joel's excellent numbers. 9 for 9 in saves. Walker got it going in his Barbie shoes. And now we're going to end it.
We've been talking about the FIP today. Hanrahan, 6th in Pirate history in FIP, 2.34 on a sabermetric Sunday. Right now, he just wants to get save number 10.
That's the number he's looking for.
He'll face Humberto Quintero. Quintero doubled and scored in the 7th. Joel Hanrahan looking to put the pedal to the metal right now. Ryan Domet, 3rd in team history in home runs by a catcher now with 50, behind Jason Kendall and Tony Pena. Kendall with 66, Pena with 63. One ball and no strikes to Quintero. The pitch up in the air to right. Xavier Paul looking to collect out number 1. There it is. Leo Nunez and Houston Street with 11. Brian Wilson of the Giants with 10. And Hanrahan would like to join Wilson on the list. If he can get 2 more outs without giving up a run. Joe Englund just called up to take the place of Jason Bourgeois on the active roster. Now, one thing you got to know about Englund, last year with the Milwaukee Brewers, turned out to be one of the best pinch hitters in baseball. Hanrahan trying to get him out here. And Englund takes strike 1.
Joel going right at him. Work ahead with that big fastball.
Now you got to face a guy who can throw 100 miles an hour with pink shoes on. How do you take him seriously?
Well, you got to use a pink bat.
And a ground ball to first, and Overbay's got it. One more out to go. Coming up, Pirates postgame. Rob King, Kent Tekulve. They are out there in the crow's nest getting ready to go.
They are in position. There's Teague, salute.
And Teague appreciates what Hanrahan's been able to do. One more to go. He's got to get Michael Bourne. Fans on their feet here on this Mother's Day in Pittsburgh. First pitch to Michael Bourne from Hanrahan. Missed outside and low. One ball, no strikes.
Get this final out. Moves the Pirates to the 500 mark.
One thing he does not want to do is lose Bourne here. He's 2-0 right now. Plenty of opportunity to come back, but Bourne, a dangerous guy on the bases. 2-0. There's the strike, 2-1. Ground ball to second. And Walker throws him out. And for the first time since 2002, the Pirates are 500 on Mother's Day.
I'll tell you what, this is a very satisfying win this afternoon. To lose that lead and then to come back on that big home run. It's a special victory. This one might be able to build on a little bit. James McDonald didn't get the win, but he certainly deserves a heck of a lot of credit for this W this afternoon. Great ball game.
McDonald tied a career high with 8 strikeouts today, pitching 6 shutout innings. He won't figure in the decision. Daniel McCutcheon gets that. Joel Hanrahan now double digits in saves with 10. The 3-run home run by Ryan Doman, the big hit today. Join us again tomorrow as the Pirates start a 4-gamer with the Dodgers on Root Sports. Your time to root, 6:30 with Pirates pregame. Then at 7, Greg Brown and Steve Blass will have the call as Chad Billingsley and Jeff Karstens get the call. For Bob Lacey and our entire Root Sports crew, I'm Tim Everett. Thanks for watching, everybody, and happy Mother's Day. Plenty more Pirates coverage coming up next. Stay tuned for Pirates postgame right after the break on Root Sports.